Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend and you didn't get too cold and you're looking forward to a nice week ahead. It's definitely beginning to feel a lot like Christmas now. Our theme today is balance. So balance, of course, means so many things. Balance in our poses, doing balancing poses, balancing our breath with our body, balancing our mind, and balancing our life. So lots of elements around balance, but let's dip in and out of it today. And hopefully you'll find something on your mat that you can take off your mat with you this week. As always, throughout the practice, honour your body and only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin our practice today lying down. Finding yourself a comfortable position on your mat as you just feel your body relax and soften into the mat. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Letting go of the past and concerns for the future. For the next hour, you have no roles, no responsibilities, nothing to do but spend this time connecting your body with your mind through your breath. And start to bring a stillness to your body, a stillness to your feet and your legs, a stillness to your glutes and your pelvis, a stillness to your hands and your arms, stillness to your back and shoulder blades, stillness to the front of your body, stillness to your head, and stillness to your mind. And to help your mind become still, just focus on your breath. Placing one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And inhale into your belly, feeling it rise on the inhale. Pause and then exhaling. Feeling the belly and chest compress as you exhale. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then let the left hand come down by your side. And with your right hand, just close your right nostril and breathe through your left nostril. Then releasing the right nostril, close the left nostril. And you may find it easier or more difficult to breathe through this nostril. And that's perfectly normal. And then letting both hands come down by your sides as you take a normal breath once again in through your nose. Both nostrils to your belly, pause, and then exhale. 2 more breaths here. Bending the knees, lifting the feet up. We're just going to start to cycle the legs to get them moving. And keeping that cycling going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees into the chest, take a little movement. And coming to stillness, let the feet come down onto the mat and raise the arms up and over the head to the floor behind you. And then draw them back down by your sides. And synchronizing it with your breath, inhale, bringing the arms up and over. And exhale to bring them back down by your sides. 2 more times. And then rolling over onto your side, making your way firstly onto all fours and then coming up to stand at the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart, feet pointing towards the front of the mat, equal weight on both feet, and that weight distributed evenly between the ball of your foot and your heel. Standing up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Two more breaths here. And then forward fold, so hinging at the hips, coming into your forward fold. And bending your knees as much as you need to at this stage of your practice. And again, let's synchronize the breath. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, deepening the fold. 3 more breaths here, seeing how deep you can get your forward fold. And bending the knees, coming all the way up to stand, bringing the hands into prayer. And we're going to take a sun salute on each side. So raising the arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. Sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold for a breath. And your halfway lift. Forward fold. Let's step the right leg back into your low lunge. And then through to your plank. 3 breaths here. And coming down on your knees and feet, chest and belly, and drawing the forehead and chest away from the mat, taking a breath. And pushing on up through tabletop into your downward dog, taking it nice and easy into it. Just pedaling those legs nice and slowly. As you make your way into your own best version of downward dog. Gaze towards the belly button, lengthening the spine. And when you're ready, coming to stillness, let's take 3 breaths here. And stretching that right leg out behind you, stepping it through for your low lunge. And into your forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze. And through to your forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Now let's step that left leg back. Low lunge. Into your plank for 3 breaths. And coming down on those knees and feet, chest and belly, to come into your cobra for a breath. And then through to your downward dog. Stretching that left leg out behind you, stepping it through, low lunge. And up to your forward fold. Bending those knees, coming all the way up and bringing the hands down to prayer at the chest. Good. From here, let's just turn that left foot out at a right angle to the right foot. So we want the knee all the time facing at a right angle to the standing leg, and we're going to come into our tree pose. So lifting it up onto your calf or your thigh, if that works for you. Finding your point of balance, softening your focus, engaging your core. Raising the arms if you wish. One more breath. And then Releasing the arms down with superb control, releasing the leg. Well done. Let's take that to the other side and just notice how your mind feels after that balance. Close your eyes, take a moment. Focusing on balancing just helps to bring a really nice stillness to the mind. And then let's take it over to the other side. So turning that right leg at a right angle, and again lifting it up onto the calf or the thigh, whichever feels right for you today. Keeping the knee at a right angle. Keep the foot well away from the knee. And again, the hands can be in prayer at the chest, or if you prefer, up over the head. Or you might like to open the arms today, whatever version you like. And let's take 2 more breaths here. And nice and slowly drawing the arms down, releasing the leg. Good. And coming to stand at the long side of the mat. Open the legs out nice and wide. Bringing the arms into a T. Let's engage the core, drawing up the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. Taking 3 breaths here, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. And then from here, hinging at the hips till you come halfway. With the right hand, bring it over to the left foot and draw that left hand up, following it with your gaze. Have the knees as bent as you need to here. And let's take 3 breaths. Bringing the core into it as you exhale. And then taking that over to the other side. Two more breaths. As much as possible, trying to have a straight line from one hand to the other, so the chest is square. And bringing that hand down, coming back to the center, bend the knees, coming up to stand. And making your way to the top of your mat. Once again, feet hip width apart, raise the arms up, hands together, raise the gaze. And sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold, take a breath. And then from here, we're going to step back into a downward dog. So making your way into it. And open the legs out the width of the mat. Pushing the hips back. Two more breaths here. And then walk those feet in to be hip width apart. And stretching the right leg out behind you, stepping it forward. And we want to have both legs straight here as much as is possible for you. And just raise the torso up so that it's halfway. Clasping the hands together, pressing those hands away from you. Feeling the stretch in the leg, in both legs.
So you should be feeling it in the hamstrings of the front leg, the calf of the back leg. One more breath here. Then let's bend this right knee so it comes over the ankle and draw the arms out into a T for our airplane pose. Remember, we're hovering over this front leg. Really building up strength in that front leg. 3 more breaths. And keeping the legs as they are, raising the torso up to warrior one, squaring those hips. If you're feeling a little wobbly, just widen the stance. Softening the shoulders. One more breath. And bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest, shifting the weight into the front leg as you hinge at the hips and raise the back leg up, toes pointing down. And let's take 3 breaths here in this warrior 3. Careful not to lock that front knee. And dropping that back leg down, keeping this front knee bent. Let the left hand come onto the back of the left thigh as you draw the right hand up over the head, following it with your gaze. One more breath. And coming to upright once again, straightening this front leg as we hinge forward, this time coming into a fold over that front leg, listening to your body as you work through it. Staying in this forward fold, bringing the hands behind your back and raise them, clasping the fingers, raise them away from your back. One more breath here. Releasing the hands, frame the foot. And let's step back to a downward dog. Well done. Taking 3 breaths here before we repeat all of that on the other side. And raising that left leg out behind you, step it through. Remember, we want both legs straight to start with. And raise the body up to halfway. Clasping the hands in front of you. Pushing those hands away from you, feeling that stretch in both legs. It's a pretty intense stretch. One more breath here. And then bending the knee so it's over the ankle. Opening those arms into a T as you hover over this leg. Feeling the stretch in the glute here. and in the back calf. 2 more breaths. Let the core help you as you exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And then let's keep the legs as they are as we draw up into our warrior one. Squaring up the hips. One more breath here. And bringing those hands down into prayer, shifting the weight into that left leg as you bend at the hips and raise the right leg up. Toes pointing downwards. Two more breaths here. And letting that back foot come down as you bend the front knee and drawing that left hand up over the head, following it with your gaze. One more breath. And coming upwards, let's straighten this front leg. Again, hinging at the hips to come and fold forward over this leg. Bringing the hands behind your back, clasping the fingers, drawing them, the hands away from the back as you deepen that fold. And releasing the hands, framing the foot, stepping back to your downward dog. One more breath. And then step or jump your feet up to your hands. And sitting down into your chair, let the hips lower down, keeping the knees back from the toes. And draw the arms up. Actually bring your feet together, your toes together, your heels apart. Into your chair pose. Let's take 3 breaths here. And forward fold. And step back to your downward dog for 3 more breaths. And once again, walk, step, or jump your feet up to meet your hands. Toes together, heels apart, drop the hips down, check on the knees that they're behind the toes, and again raising the arms and torso up to your chair pose for 3 breaths. And forward fold here. Turning the feet out, we're going to come down into a squat. So lowering yourself down into whatever version of squat works for you. Elbows against the knees, lengthening through the spine. Two more breaths here. And bringing those hands down onto the mat. Bring your body down, all the way down onto the mat, folding the arms, resting your forehead on those arms for a nice little crocodile pose as we stay here for 5 breaths, just letting the body ease out after those intense stretches. And then when you're ready, let the forehead come down onto the mat and the arms come down by your sides. Bending that right foot, the right knee. If you can hold on to the right foot with your right hand, do. If you can't, then maybe you can get a bat or else just point your hand towards it. Let's raise that right leg up. Knee away and thigh away from the mat. Big stretch for the quad here. One more breath. And then releasing it down. Let the leg come down, and of course, always balancing everything out. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So bending that left knee, holding onto the foot, and raise the leg up. One more breath. And lowering the leg down, bring the arms out in front of you and forehead onto the mat. Draw the arms back to either side of your chest and raise both legs up together. One more breath here. And then lowering them down. And pressing into the mat with your hands as you raise the torso up. Keeping a softness in the elbows, turning your gaze towards the back of the mat. One more breath. Coming back through center to the other side. And back to the center, keeping that softness in the elbows.
One more breath. And then lowering yourself down onto the mat to come back to your crocodile pose. Again, just balancing out those back bends with a piece of softness here in this pose. And then from here, making your way up through your tabletop to come and sit with your legs out long in front of you and toes pointing up for your staff pose. Sitting up tall, engaging the core, keeping those shoulders soft. And then bending this left knee, raise the left leg up. We're going to do a cradle pose. So remember, we're wrapping that left arm around the length of your shin and holding on to the outside edge of your left foot. Let's just rock it here. Feeling that stretch as you rock. And then coming to your point of stillness, sitting up tall. One more breath. And releasing that leg down, just let this shin come parallel with the short side of the mat and draw that right leg behind you so it's parallel with the long side. We're going to have a nice torso stretch here, so turning the gaze towards the kind of back corner-ish of your mat. Feeling the whole front of your body open up. One more breath here. Then drawing your right arm behind your back. If you can clasp your left elbow, do. One more breath. And coming back to center, keeping this left leg where it is. With your right leg, I'm going to hold on to the toes and raise that right leg up. Letting it stretch up and just draw it out to the side. Sitting up tall. Engaging the core, one more breath. And letting that right leg come out long. Step the left leg across the right. As we take our twist here, let the elbow help you. One more breath. And then from here, coming back to center, let's just draw this right leg across. So you're starting to come into a little bit of a knot. So if you're able to bend this right leg back towards the left, do. And then take
the twist again. Keeping that spine nice and long. You can raise the arm up if you like. One more breath here. And coming all the way back to center, let those legs come out long. Sitting up tall as we take 3 breaths here. Now I'm bending the right leg this time. Let's lift that up into its cradle pose. So remember, you're just letting that right arm go down the shin, the side of the shin of that leg, holding on to the outside of the foot with the left hand, and then rocking it. Sitting up tall if you can, keeping the core engaged. And then finding a point of stillness where you're feeling a little bit of stretch. Balancing your pose as you balance your breath. So a little bit of effort and a little bit of ease. Inhale, maybe deepen the stretch a little bit. Exhale, soften into it. 2 more breaths. And letting that right foot come across so the shin is parallel with the short side, left leg parallel with the long side, and taking your turn towards the general direction of the back corner of your mat, allowing the whole front of your body to open up. Lovely torso stretch. And taking your left hand, bringing it behind your back. If you can hold on to the elbow of your right hand, do. If not, just let the hand rest behind you. One more breath here. And bringing yourself back to the center. Let the left leg come out as you hold on to the feet of that left leg. Keeping this right leg bent and lifting the left leg. Let it stretch, open, long and wide. Two more breaths here. And then bringing that left leg down, let the right leg come out long, stepping the left foot across as we take our twist. 2. The left. I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? That's the way we did it the last time. I was thinking this looks very familiar. So you're probably ahead of me and you probably have your right foot across, but if you don't, swap your legs around. So the left leg is out long, right foot is across, and taking that twist this time to the right. keeping that left foot flexed, bringing our balance into it. What we do on one side, we balance out on the other side. One more breath here. As you come back to the center, keeping this right leg where it is, bending this left leg. So the left foot comes in towards the glute. And again, using the arm to help with the twist here. A Lord of the Fishes twist this is. One more breath. And then raising that right hand behind your back. And the left hand can hold on to a leg if you like. Keeping the twist. Lengthen the spine. One more breath. And coming back to the center, unraveling those legs, let them come out nice and long, toes pointing upwards, taking 3 breaths here. And let's fold forward, bend your knees as much as you need to into your forward fold. And then again, just taking a little bit of effort and a little bit of ease through the pose. One more breath. And slowly making your way back up to sit. Crossing the legs. And coming to the center of your mat. Clasping those fingers together. Let's just nice and slowly draw the arms up. All the way up, over the head, release the hands, let the arms come back and down. And again, nice and slowly. One more time. And swinging around, lowering yourself down onto the mat and hugging your knees into your chest. Take a little movement here. And when you're ready, coming to stillness, let the feet come down onto the mat. The knees fall to the right as you bring your arms into a T and let the gaze go to the left. And coming back through center, take it over to the other side. And in your own time, coming back to the center and bringing yourself into your final resting pose. Palms facing upwards, softening the body. And thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it, found it a little bit challenging, and at the same time, pleasant. Now it's time for your body to really relax and let go. Letting go your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet, your heels and your ankles. Letting go your calves and your shins, the fronts of your knees and the backs of your knees. Letting go your quads and your hamstrings, your glutes and your pelvis. Letting go the whole back of your body and shoulder blades, feeling them soften into the mat. Letting go the whole front of your body, chest and shoulders, your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, backs of your hands, palms of your hands and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaws, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And taking time here for gratitude. Identifying someone or something in your life that you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And acknowledge that gratitude. Take time to savor it. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, into your belly, pause, and then exhale. With each breath, just feeling yourself become more and more connected with your inner self. Your true nature. And imagine you're in your favorite place in the world. Noticing your surroundings. Sights, the sounds, the smells. Immersing yourself here and spending a few minutes at peace with yourself.